Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed leaders, if you're in this meeting this afternoon. There's a lot to say. We have only 15 minutes, but I'll go through this presentation generally. And I'd like to state here also that we are here with a big team of technical people. We have a booth out there on national content and all the regulatory aspect of our business. So please, after this, meet my officers and staff in the booth. The theme for this year's conference is distinct from the other years. Papua New Guinea Investment Week, creating opportunities and reinvesting in equity. This conference creates a platform that fosters meaningful dialogue about Papua New Guinea's petroleum sector and other reforms and initiatives. I think central to this conference is the need to strike a balance that is ensuring certainty for investors in the petroleum sector while maximizing benefits of our resource wealth for people of Papua New Guinea. The balance is essential for all stakeholders in hydrocarbon investment developments in PNG. Outline of my presentation discussion is a general overview of the hydrocarbon status and potential in the basins within PNG that are investment ready for risky exploration, the ongoing current oil and gas fields that are in operation that underpins the current economy, and I'll discuss the hydrocarbon investment projects that are currently on the radar and will be developed in the near term. There are 4 of them facing their own unique project schedules, and with state support, they will get off the ground. Globally, the petroleum industry is navigating a complex landscape characterized by energy transition, geopolitical uncertainties, and fluctuating demand. For Papua New Guinea, this presents both challenges and opportunities. PNG is blessed with 5 main petroleum basins: Papuan Basin, and then we have the North New Guinea Basin, Cape Vogel, Bougainville, and New Ireland. There is vast resources in terms of potential of hydrocarbon investment and development in these areas. Currently, there's only Papuan Basin that underpins the current oil industry in the country. In comparison to the other 4 petroleum basins, I may say that the current Papuan Basin underpins 17% of PNG's GDP. Just imagine if we have the other basins also producing oil and gas. The oil and gas sector is the current legislation that governs the industry, and it's supported by other main legislation like Income Tax Act, VAT, stamp duty. So these are the legislation that govern the petroleum and hydrocarbon industry in the country. This slide basically, you may all know this slide, and you know the industry in Papua New Guinea. This slide basically covers or depicts what's currently the petroleum operation in Papua New Guinea. Within this area, within this current system, we have a number of PPLs that are in operation, and there are options where investors can work and farm in and farm out to create business opportunities. There are PRLs also, Petroleum Returns and License, in the current regime. As of September 2024, there are 12 active PRLs in the country, and 3 new applications have been received for projects that are on stream to come on in the near future. 10 PDLs, Petroleum Development Licenses, are in operation, and this underpins the current major projects like Kutubu, Moran Oil, and the PNG LNG project as well. PNG has substantial gas resources of about 25 trillion cubic feet, out of which about 20 or 18 is already underpinning the current projects that are already on stream like PNG LNG, and then we have Papua LNG coming up, Pinyang and others. Now within the current regime, opportunities do exist for investments and reinvestments. For example, there are recent examples or experiences that we can refer to. Farm-in and farm-outs can happen where investors look at opportunities to partner with the current licensees to develop current projects or venture into new developments. For example, a recent major farm-in occurred with an international major at Malaysia National Oil Company Petronas. They farmed in with Total Energies in the Manau prospect, PPL 576, where they brought in technical expertise, finance as well, and a working relationship to bring this prospect into drilling and discovery. And then we have JX Nippon farming in with Total Energies for a 2.58 equity in the Elk and Antelope blocks in the Papua LNG project. These are examples where the investing community can have in terms of partnering into the current regime we have and developing our resources. In the exploration phase, we have an example where Larus Energy in the PPL 579 offshore basin recently ran a 3D seismic and it looks positive while it's still undergoing full evaluation. This is a promising prospect that is fully ready for investment with investors wanting to partner with Larus. Peak Oil in the New Orleans Basin, PPL 325, has done a lot of work in the frontier area, and there is evidence of a live petroleum system in that place. The Exotica accumulation has a huge potential, and interested investors can talk to Peak Oil about partnering through farming. So there are opportunities in the current system, in the current regime where investors can work together to partner, to invest and develop. Current developments we have on the horizon. What we have now is hydrocarbon developments ready for investment and further production. There are 4 of them that are on the government's radar or that are on the radar. That's APDL 13, that's Pinyang project. It's a 4.3 TCF resource-based project with 75 million barrels of condensate. And then we have the Papua LNG project that is ready to get off the ground. That's APDL 15 in the Gulf province. Pinyang is in the Western province with a 6.2 TCF of gas and 128 million barrels of condensate. Pasca is on the radar, and it's close to reaching a gas agreement. It's a small field with a 327 BCF of gas and 69 standard million barrels of oil. And PDL 10 in the Western province. There's already a license there, but there's options of working together and partnering with Aran and Transwonderland. So what you can see on this slide are the statistics on the Papua LNG project. It's a key catalyst for economic growth in Papua New Guinea. The expected FID is December 2025, but subject to changes, maybe early 2026. So key milestones of the project have been achieved. Gas agreement has been signed, fiscal stability agreement, environmental studies and all these things, ministerial determination. So it's been de-risked to a stage where an FID is reached and then a PDL grant and it goes into construction. The expected revenue from the project is about 41.9 billion, and a good state take has been achieved in this one. It's a 52%. So the state is secured a 22.5% equity, 2% production levy, which is an incremental, and a 2% fiscal stability premium, which added onto the income tax. So what's next for Papua? It's a firm project schedule that the JV partners have to put in place with the regulator. And from the JV partners' perspective, FID is 2025 and first gas 2030. It may be 2032. But that's a hydrocarbon development ready for further investment, like what I said earlier, farming of JX Nippon into the PDL blocks upstream. Pinyang LNG project is a key driver for development. Now, looking at the stranded resources in Western Province, and with Pinyang having the assets, you're looking at about up to 16 TCF of gas and approximately 200 million barrels of condensate, and that's huge. Pinyang alone is an estimated 4.3 TCF and 75 million barrels of oil. Key milestones have been achieved: gas agreement, fiscal stability, ministerial determination, its development forum ready, state take of about 62%, and with the negotiations with the project partners, a 10% additional equity on a commercial basis. So it's a project ready, hydrocarbon project ready for further development taking off the ground. It's sequenced with Papua, so that Papua comes on, then Pinyang comes on. There is a continued level of workforce development and a huge national content prospect. So suppliers, people who want to partner in the national content, into the license space, that's an opportunity you have to discuss with the licensees and JV partners. And government is there to support. And all the laws and legislation are conducive to support investment and development. PASCA. All the regulatory requirements of PASCA is almost achieved. We are at a stage where the gas agreement is in its final stages of negotiation with a possible signing. It's a good project. It's a good liquids project with almost 360 BCF of gas and liquids. It's ready to go. Expected revenue is about 4.18 billion. State take 55, which is a good one for the state. What's next for PASCA is gas agreement signing, and then they move into FEED FEED. And then the upgrade or review of the APDL, and then FID where PDL granting comes in place, and the project gets off the ground. It's a good prospect. People can partner with Twinza, and it's positive to us because of the notion of the 50-50 farming arrangement with MRDC. So it's good for the country. And as a regulator, we support that. So it's good to go. Then we have the Stanley project. Stanley is good to go. It's a unique project. It has its own time, schedule, and cost challenges, and field development plan challenges. It's remote, it's stranded, but with the concept changes, the developers will work in partnership with the regulator to look at the field development plan changes, PDL variation changes, and will support the project to get off the ground. It's a good one for the state. We have a 55% state take based on the initial negotiation. What's next for the project is a fair market study, and we'll work back from the market to PDL variation so that we can underpin the project on a good economics. In summary, I'd say that we have a robust petroleum system in the current one where investors can take opportunities to work and partner with the current licensees, even in the exploration stages. There are potential. For example, the notion of working the wildebeest is an arrangement that can secure exploration confidence with the type of agreement that state can sign with partners from exploration stage up to PRL into development. So there are levels of opportunities where investors wanting to invest in the current petroleum regime in Papua New Guinea can work and partner with the current operators. Our laws are conducive and supportive, I believe, and I think in the morning session there was a mention on the mining and petroleum fiscal regime. Our fiscal regime is good compared to many other countries, and we as a regulator will be moving into, as an outlook, we'll be moving into promoting license bid rounds so that we can partner with people coming in the bidding process to take up areas that are of keen interest to them, and that will be a way moving forward for development of our hydrocarbon sector. And also we will be promoting the basins that are underdeveloped, further up north into the frontier areas. We've been doing that through 3D multi-client seismic surveys done by interested business people partnering with our current licenses. So we're promoting exploration in those areas, and we'll partner, and we will put in place a work program which the department is working on. We have a booth out there that we are here with a big team with the Director of Petroleum and the technical people. Feel free to talk to them. We have consolidated our Petroleum Act with all the amendments since 2000, 2001, and 2002. It's now consolidated into a consolidated Petroleum Act done by the Commission of Revised Laws. It's a good document to help people to read one document instead of going through all the amendments that have been done since 2002. So we have a consolidated Petroleum Act. It will be out there in the booth. We've run a promising, strong petroleum sector national content compared to mining. So we've done that. We have a National Content Project Office who are here as well. They'll be running a booth with the National Content Petroleum Policy for the petroleum sector. So feel free to talk to them, partner with our officers, and partner with us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.